Dear students of class 12, today we start a new topic of equilibrium, that is ionic equilibrium. Now in ionic equilibrium, what is ionic equilibrium? The equilibrium which is established between the unionized molecule and the ions in the solution of the electrolyte. That means there is an equilibrium between unionized electrolyte and the ions that produced from the electrolyte, and that equilibrium in this aqueous solution known as ionic equilibrium. Now electrolyte, what are the electrolyte? The compounds which conduct electricity in their molten state or their aqueous solution, they known as electrolyte. The electrolyte are two types, strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. Strong electrolyte which ionized almost completely and the aqueous solution, that is NaCl, H2SO4, HCl, they almost whatever amount is given almost completely ionized in the aqueous solution. And weak electrolyte which ionize in a small extent in aqueous solution, for example ammonium hydroxide and acetic acid, etc. The amount they given in the solution or the amount is not ionized, a small extent of the amount is been ionized into their respective ions. Now we come to that concept of acid and bases. The concept of acids and bases, first we start with the Arrhenius concept of acid and base. Now in the Arrhenius concept of acid and base, the acids are those substances which give H3O plus ion in aqueous solution. Now H3O plus ion is known as hydronium ion. What is H3O plus ion? I am just going to discuss now. And bases give OH minus ions in aqueous solution. Now whatever the example I given, that HCl with water produce H2O plus ion and Cl minus ion. Actually HCl give H plus ion, and that H plus ion is been absorbed or surrounded by H2O to form H3O plus ion. Actually H plus is very small and higher electric field, so it get readily associated with the water molecule to form hydronium ion and give Cl minus. So H plus ion is given by HCl and that been surrounded by H2O, and that is H3O plus ion, and that is hydronium ion. Hydronium ion given by the acids. And base in aqueous solution, sodium hydroxide for example give Na plus ion and OH minus ion. Now the relative strength of acid and base is depend upon how much acid is dissociated. That means how much H2O plus ion is dissociated from the acid, coming from the acid in the solution. Larger the amount of H2O plus ion given by the acid, stronger will be the acid. Similarly, larger the amount of OH minus ion given by the base, is stronger the base. So it is depend upon the dissociation of acid and base. If the acid dissociated large extent, then it is a strong acid, it is a strong acid. And if the base dissociated in a large extent, it is a strong base because it gives more OH minus ion. If they dissociated in a small extent, then the acid is weak acid. If a base also dissociated in a small extent, then the base also called the weak base. Now we come the next Bronsted-Lowry concept. In this concept, acids are those who gives proton. Proton means H plus ion, because H plus ion contain one proton only in its nucleus. So H plus ion means proton, that acids gives proton and bases accept proton. Now I give the example that HA, suppose when acid it dissociated and gives one proton and along with that one anion in the forward reaction. But in the backward reaction, A minus ion accept one proton and forming Ha. In the backward reaction, A minus ion act like a base. So if this is an acid in the forward reaction, in backward reaction this anion act as base. So this anion is called conjugate base of this acid. So how we can get the conjugate base? If we just remove one proton from acid, we get the conjugate base of that acid. Similarly, in case of base, if we see this is a base and it accept one proton and form BH plus ion. Now if the forward reaction shows that this B is a base and then it accept proton and forming BH plus ion. Now in backward reaction, this BH plus ion dissociated and give a proton and act as an acid. And backward reaction, this BH plus ion gives proton and act as an acid. So we can say that this BH plus ion is the conjugate acid of this base. So how we can get the conjugate acid of a base? Just add H plus ion to it. I am giving example that HCl is acid and its conjugate base is Cl minus ion. Similarly, NH3 is a base, its conjugate acid is NH4 plus ion. Now how we can see the strength of the acid and base? Now if the conjugate base of the acid is more stable, if the conjugate base of the acid is highly stable, then acid is strong. If the conjugate base of the acid is highly stable, then the acid is very strong. Similarly, in case of base, if the conjugate acid of the base is very stable, then the base is very strong. Now, stability of conjugate acid and base depend upon different characteristics, that how much the ion can be hold or how much resonance can be done by the ions. So that depend upon the stability of the conjugate. The relative strength of acid and base depend upon the stability of their conjugate acid and conjugate base. Now we come to Lewis concept. Now Lewis concept means, according to Lewis concept, acid those accept pair of electrons. It's a generalized idea that more and more things can be thinking as acid. As for example, electron deficient any compound like aluminum chloride, boron trifluoride, they can accept a pair of electron and they can act as an acid according to the Lewis concept. But the limitation of the Lewis concept is that the protic acid like HCl, H2SO4 cannot be explained as an acid through this concept. According to Lewis concept, bases are those which can donate a pair of electrons like ammonia, NH2 radical and ether and many other things. Those who have ability to donate pair of electron, they are bases. This is so generalized idea of acid and base. It is too generalized that most of the things come in the form of acid and base, but unfortunately the common protic acid like HCl, H2SO4 cannot be explained as acid according to the Lewis concept. This is the limitation.